Okay, now obviously there's a lot of stuff going on in the land of Hololive at the moment. We have Bay addresses Fauna's situation and Chloe's situation. I am intrigued to see what does Bay or some of the people have to say. Poor Bay though, yeah, because now this means council has lost two people now with Sana and Fauna now.
A lot happened over the last 3 days. There's been two announcements that may have come as a shock to everyone. Chloe is ceasing streaming activities but will remain affiliate to Hololive production. And Ceres Fauna will be graduating.
Yeah, the affiliation thing is to me still interesting. I mean, I guess we'll see in the future more like with Ame's affiliation, how like being an affiliate, whatever will go, or being still an affiliation.
Ceres Fauna. Let's start with Chloe. I've hung out with Chloe a couple times. We did a cover together, and she was also part of my Vegemite series. So I'm very glad. I'm very happy to have been able to hang out with her. Yes. And we wanted to do karaoke together. Maybe we still will be able to. Since now, Oh, that's a great idea. We were supposed to do a karaoke together, but we couldn't because of the delay.
I mean,
that'll
people
be fun.
are busy.
There's still some time left before Chloe's leaving, so maybe we can do that. That's right. She's a fan.
Is Chloe leaving before Fauna? Or I forgot to see what her actual
I do think it's
date is.
It's a little bit unfair on you guys that the announcements were announced so close to each other. But there's some things that are out of
that was
our
pretty.
control.
Yeah, it was very
I still
close.
hope that I think it's a bit wistful thinking. Hoping you guys are okay because I know most of you aren't okay. But yeah, I wish Chloe the best, and I hope I'll continue supporting her even after she's gone, and I just hope she's happy. Now, Fauna. Sorry, I laugh in situations where I'm uncomfortable. We've known for a while, but it's still really
Fair,
difficult.
makes sense. I would hope so. They would know about the situation for a while. I do wonder how long like in advance are these things like told to genmates or other talents, or like how long the process is. 'Cause I don't know if it depends on like, does it work in like a case by case basis in like different companies, like how long before they can. Maybe it might depend on like contract. Maybe I don't know exactly how much advance you have to give, or how long like in between. Don't know if it depends specifically on the company or probably the contract or whatever.
Seeing it announced publicly, I think it's hard to put into words.
Like it makes it kind of feel surreal, maybe.
Because, well, for me, this is the second time the genmate is graduating.
Yeah.
And
poor Bay.
It never gets easier. But I don't know. It's been so long since we've started.
Yeah, and also it's been a while. It's been a long time since Sana graduated, actually, right? Yeah, it's been a while.
This journey, she was there from the very beginning. I'm not crying. I did that yesterday.
Oh no!
I'm just sniffling because I just woke up. Flippers, I'm not crying. No more crying.
No.
Obviously it's really sad. I don't know. The words are so. It's so difficult to talk about a genmate leaving.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like you've been through everything together. Like it goes beyond words. I don't know. I'm not very good in these situations.
Yeah, I feel like there's a different form of relationship when you're like when someone's your gen mates. I feel like it's like, they were on this journey with you from the very beginning. And I think it almost gets to a point where it's like, oh, you can't imagine things without them. It's like, oh no, this person's like always gonna be there with me forever. Almost like I kind of feel like it's like a close friend or even like, a sibling. But I think a lot of people, yeah, they get really closer gen mates, you become friends. It's more than just like a coworker because you're so tight knit with each other. If you work super closely with another person for so many years, I think it's understandable. Yeah, you'd get really close, and maybe at a certain point, I can't even like imagine and being here without this person. Being on this journey without them, and it can be very like surreal to be like, oh wow, like they're really leaving and going on their own path, which is away from my own. They're drifting apart and they're going on their own journey, which can be a lot to take in, or can be hard to process in that sense. But I think, of course, everybody, I think that definitely Bay also, she just wants what's best for Fauna, and wants her to be the happiest that she can be, and wants her to yeah, be happy and be okay. And if that's what she needs to do, then I think that they're going to let her do that. But it is definitely always, a sad situation to see when, I think your gen mate, or, somebody that you've been really close to, you're not going to be able to, I guess, it's not gonna be the same. I think you're still gonna be friends with them. It's like you're not gonna have the same sort of time spent with them, or you're not going to have the same sort of opportunities hanging out with them, working together with them as you would have before. And I think that can be really like a lot to take in. And also the fact that I think a lot of the time, I don't think necessarily like past talents can really like, collab or talk to their ex company members like on stream most of the time. I feel like you can't really, so it's like, oh, it's kind of sad, in that
But
sense.
if it's what makes, her happy,
Mm-mm.
then there's not really anything that I can say
Yeah.
or do.
Go respect her
So-
decision, yeah.
I hope, the saplings and everyone treasure the remaining time that they have with her. And I hope that you guys are okay. I will say though, I do hope that the speculations are at a minimum. I know it's very difficult, especially with two graduations announced back to back. And I know it's very easy to speculate because you don't have a lot of the answers that you're hoping to get. But unfortunately,
That's just how it is. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And I don't think you will ever get a lot of those answers that you're looking for. And I just hope people will be okay with that.
Sadly, people are probably not going to be okay with that. But no, what Babe's saying is 100% right. I mean, of course not. There are things behind the scenes that you'll never know, which is 100% fair. I think, like in probably all companies, right? They're not gonna they're not gonna reveal like, because a lot of this stuff also can be personal. Like what's going on in when somebody's graduating or when someone's leaving. There's a lot of potential like personable elements to that. And I don't think, the public has the right to know that unless obviously, I don't know, the talent wanted to disclose them. I don't even know if they could, but you know what I mean? I think there's a lot of personable stuff that goes into it. Sometimes it could be very personal and it could be a very personal thing. And, I don't think people are entitled to know or get all the answers because you're not entitled to know, and that's just the reality of it. You don't really have a right to know what somebody who you don't know personally, what they're personally going through and what they want to keep to themselves or keep within the company bounds, or obviously sometimes the company itself, that may also be reasons why you can't disclose certain things. But that's to me completely fair. And I think in every company, honestly, you're never really going to get these answers, and you kind of have to just be content with that because it's kind of how it is. There's not going to really be like, you're not going to go in depth and details of specifically what Fauna meant by what she said, but I think you just got to like honestly at this point like respect her decision and support her, and then when she inevitably hopefully pops up somewhere else, then support her there as well.
I know it's gonna take time to accept, but I think some of the other members have been talking about this already, saying that, well, you know, you can see some of the similarities of, you know, some of the members leaving because of disagreements with the company and, you know, visions being different and stuff like that. Now, you can't ignore the fact that Hololive is changing. I think it's pretty obvious. It's not the same as it was 2 years ago. And honestly, I would hope that it's not the same as 2 years ago.
That's fair, yeah.
Because change means growth. If we're always stuck in one little sphere, in that one little time, then there is no room for growth. Now, obviously with that, change comes with the not so good side.
Yep,
because change isn't for everyone. So
I mean, it may also just be, I think it's also an element of, it's the way that things change. It's like the direction that change goes in that I think is also an element to that. I don't know necessarily it's, because things are changing. And I think there is the element of, you know, some people can struggle with change. But I think it's also like in this industry and, you know, in this kind of position that, you know, talents are in, I think it's also very much so the direction that change is going in. If that change is, you know, going on a different path or going on a different avenue, taking us change in direction, I think that can definitely, like be a bit hard for certain individuals if they came in with a sense of idea going in a certain direction, but then after, you know, being in this company for a couple of years and things change and the company gets bigger, maybe that sense of ideal that you joined into the company, you know, wanting, or, you know, they told you, okay, this is where we're going, this is the direction we're going. But then within those couple years after joining, that direction maybe has changed, and maybe that direction doesn't align with your ideology or with you, what you want as a talent, as much as it did originally when you joined. And that is something that can happen. And, you know, it can be really hard if you're, you know, because I think a lot of people, you know, being in these companies, being in this industry, it's a lot of hard work, and you know, you want to have goals and you want to work towards things. And it's kind of like, well, if I'm working towards a goal that I don't necessarily believe in, or if you're working towards a goal that you don't honestly align with as much, that can hinder your sense of motivation, I think, definitely. And so I think a lot of elements sort of go into that.
change is scary, and it may bring some sad times. But I would like to hope that in the end, change means growth, and that everything will be okay in the end. That's just how I see it. Not to, you know, diminish anyone's
of course,
feelings at the moment. You are absolutely valid. It is sad, obviously, you know. Losing people that have helped grow this company and helped, you know, you guys, and been such a big part of your lives. But I would like to hope that everything will be okay. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like everyone has had, you know, quote unquote disagreements. Everyone has gone through some stuff. You know, it's not, this world is not perfect.
Yes, yeah.
But I just want you guys to know, and I want the brats to know, I'm still happy. I'm still very happy being here. I'm not going anywhere for a while. I realize that this answer is probably not satisfying for a lot of people, and I'm really sorry. But I already get very awkward.
I respect Bay in the sense of, I think she's, you know, because she's in the sense of, I feel like what I like about this answer and the way she's answering this is like she's self-aware. Like she's showing like, hey, I understand. Like she's self-aware in knowing that people have these speculations or people want these answers, but it's kind of like, well, I genuinely can't answer them. That's completely fucking fair. And it's not, I don't think it's her place to answer those questions either. Because I think a lot of the time, when people when it's like people don't like how people may respond to these sort of questions is when someone gets defensive or someone wants to like shut it down and come across as a bit like passive aggressive in answering, or they get defensive. It definitely gives a bit like it's not the best look when I think people give answers like that in a hypothetical sense, but I think they respond in a pretty calm and good way. I have a lot of respect for Bay. And I think this is to me a satisfactory answer in I think just her at the fact that she's acknowledging that she understands. I think that in itself is like okay, like yeah, that's fair, you know. I think a lot of people it's that they don't try to look at the situation in other people's shoes, and you kind of have to try and be try to be sympathetic towards the other person and realize that a lot of the times when these questions are put upon talents, the talent is in a tough position because a lot of the time, like you actually genuinely can't answer these things based on like contractual reasons, or even if they just don't want to, that's completely fair and they should never be forced into answering their own answer. But it's not, you know, it's a tough situation. You're kind of in a rock and a hard place. And so I just hope that people can sort of be more, try to be understanding, try to be sympathetic and thinking about, you know, putting yourself in the talent shoes or looking at things through other people's point of views or other people's perspectives and understanding where they're coming from. Because, you know, Bay is not, she's not a manager, she's not a staff member. She shouldn't be, you know, she's not responsible for answering these questions. That I personally think this is more of if this was to happen, it'd probably be like a staff member or a manager, you know, talking about, you know, in the sense of direction of the company's going in, instead of Bay herself. But Bay can obviously talk from her own experience and say, hey, like I'm comfortable and I'm happy, and I'm glad for that. I'm glad that she is happy in that current position, and that is not to obviously diminish any other people's feelings if they aren't happy. It's sad to hear that some people aren't happy, but I'm glad that at the very least Bay is happy.
Situations like this, but I just I'm sorry. I don't really know what to say, but we still have like a month or more remaining with the two of
like,
them.
What?
So
it's now it's like a month.
Treasure that time with them. For both Chloe and Fauna. Let's make it the best Christmas they've ever experienced.
Oh yeah,
we see them off,
they have
smile.
they have Christmas.
And I know that
yeah,
all your support means the world to them, to all of us. So thank you. I hope the rest of council's doing okay. I hope so too. We'll be okay. Eventually. So for everyone who needs to take a break, please prioritize your mental health and your well-being, please. Coming online's a little bit too hard at the moment. Go outside. I mean, I don't know. Take a break. And then when you feel better, we'll always be here. Is Moonmei okay? Is Moonmei okay? Where's Moonmei? Is Moonmei okay? Moonmei is okay. I talked to her yesterday. Moonmei is okay. Moonmei is currently mooming. Currently
mooming.
Is okay.
I like that she's mooming. she's mooming.
I'm not laughing because Crony might not be okay. It's just sometimes I can't gauge the level of okayness because whenever I ask Crony if she's okay, normally it's no. in like a
joking way.
Crony is perfect, and Iris is okay. We'll all be okay. Everything will be okay. And even if it has to become like a, you know, it might sound like I'm trying to convince myself because I am.
So hey, bitch, are you okay? It's
okay.
Like,
I want to hope, and I want to hope that everything will be okay, and I want to believe that. Is Bay okay? Let's keep these questions. Let's keep this to easily answering questions.
Oh no.
Please. Is Bay okay? Bay will be okay. Bay will manage. We'll
I
go.
like how she's talking in the third person. Bay will be okay. But yeah, so that was interesting. Bay, go outside, touch grass, saplings, everything reminds me of her. Oh shit, yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh no. She's Mother Nature. Going outside would remind them of Fauna. Oh god. Summarized, Bay is okay, Mume is okay, Mooning, Crony is never okay, Iris is okay, everything will be okay. Yeah, Crony is never okay, I love that. I mean, I feel like Crony is crying right now. Oh god, no, yeah, it's Crony's. That's why I love Crony. I love Crony. I do love that energy. Like I am just never okay. But yeah. So let me know down in the comments of what you guys think. And like Bay said, it's okay to be sad and not be okay, but just realize that there's still other members there and there's still community of saplings. I think will support you and understand that sort of grief and things over time will get better and hopefully Fauna can go to a better place and be happier. I'm going to say like go to a better place, she's like dying or something, but anyway, so yeah, thank you guys for watching. We know down in the comments what you guys think. Please consider subscribing to see more videos in the future, and I'll see you guys next one. Bye bye.